Greetings, technology enthusiasts. I am Chandrahas and I am delighted to be here with you representing CyberBrainer. Do you not believe that the technology sector is advancing at an unprecedented rate, making this an opportune moment to acquire the skills that will facilitate your progress? With CyberBrainer, we are empowering you to take control of your own future. At CyberBrainer, we do not merely impart your interests. We assert that information is power, yet it is the application of knowledge that distinguishes you. Our courses are meant to equip you with essential skills, whether you are pursuing data science, understanding artificial intelligence, or delving into cybersecurity. Let us commence the session and seize the future today. Thank you.
We have two rules to manipulate data on a clipboard. First one is data transform and another thing is activity. Data transforms are used to only manipulate data on clipboard, but activities, you can manipulate the data from both clipboard and on database tables also, like DB tables also. You need to choose carefully, like which thing you have to choose to manipulate a data, because activities will consume much resources. Like it will create a lot of background Java threads and all. If it is necessary, only we need to create an activity, or else we can go with data transforms. And in data transforms, we have many methods. What is a set? Set is like to set a single value property and a clipboard. Let me open a data transform. This is how data transform looks like in the actions we are discussing regarding the what are the actions available. Right. Set, remove, update page and log. Set is like to set a single value property and a clipboard. Like if you see, we need to refer to the class, always class if you are setting a value of a property of same class, like if you are setting a value, see where you will be setting a value. You will be setting a value on a clipboard, right on clipboard pages. If you are setting on primary page, what is a primary page? Primary place is nothing but of same class. Like if you are setting on the page of the same class, then you can directly set like this without the customer ID. You can set like this dot. Full name is equal to some source, some value. Like this you can set, or else if you are setting on any other different page, like any other different page, in the sense if any other page which is having a different class. That one you have to mention in pages and classes like this. See this customer, ID pages of this class data customer. You have to mention this one in pages and classes, and then you have to refer the properties like customer ID dot, full name customer ID dot. Like the customer ID dot full name account. ID like you have to map. You understand this part, right? How we should set a value on a clipboard page. Set is very simple. If you are only setting a single property, like single property in the sense of one property or two properties, then you can use it like this. Set method. After that you have remove. Remove is nothing to delete a page. If you want to remove any page from a clipboard, then you can use a remove. Most of the times, it is better to remove all unnecessary pages. Unnecessary pages in the sense sometimes what happens for the processing and all will create a new page. And then after that functionality is ended or anything is after that, everything is completed. We need to remove that page because what happens if the clipboard size increases, then the performance decreases. If there are many unnecessary pages on the clipboard, then size of a clipboard increases and the application slows down. Most probably this is one of best practices we need to follow, like best practices in essence is the best kind of implementations. Like whenever we have completed with our case processing or whenever we have done with that particular page. Or suppose we have already saved the information on the patient database. We actually no more require. Actually, we don't require that page. In that cases, we need to remove that page from the clipboard. How to remove? We have to use a remove method. Till here it is fine. It's set and remove. It is like to set a value on a clipboard. Remove is to delete a page from a clipboard. And next thing is update page. Next thing is update page. Let me add one more step here. Update page. If you want to update many properties on a particular place, like if you want to update like in a real-time scenario, on a page you will be having something like 20 properties or 30 properties. If you want to map those properties, like if you want to update those properties, then you will use update page. You need to specify on what page you are updating. On what page you are updating, whether it's a customer ID page or vehicle information or primary page. What is a primary place? Primary place is nothing but the class. This class is there in the work class. This will be by default map put to PEGA work page. Let me launch the portal. Open the portal. Open any old case. The case which I have opened it. Now let me open a clipboard. This is a clipboard here. From here you can access the clipboard. Always when you open the clipboard you check for thread whether you are in a correct thread or not. This is our case, right? We are in correct thread. 2001 is our case. We are in correct thread. If we are in PLA work page, this is our primary class. The work class where you can see the class. Here itself, work assistance request, or a class will be held by a property PXOBJ class. Port. Every page is having this property and it is mapped to one particular class. Suppose if I expanded this PEGA work page, if I click on customer ID, CPXOBJ class is this one. Every page is associated with a class. Class is nothing but a database table, right? Which we have discussed already. Class is nothing but a DB table. What is happening? Here the information which is present on this page will be stored in a DB table that is mapped to this particular class. Now let's see the other methods. Update page. We are discussing it. Update pages, like if you want to update all the properties in a particular page, we'll use update page. We can also use instead of update page, we can also use it. If it is like a single, if it is like a one property or two properties. Instead of update page, we can use it also, or you can use update page. Also, anything is fine. Both have the same functionality. Update. You can choose like updating a particular page. Like you can actually see, let me show you. If you're trying to update this customer ID page, then you will give customer ID here, and on a customer ID page, whatever the properties are there, you have to give dot. Then you will get all the properties. Suppose if you are updating our account ID of a customer, you can actually hard code the value like this. In a quotations, you can hard code a value. Whatever the value that is required, you can hard code, or else you can refer a property. Like whatever the properties are there, you can refer. See, here you are getting a work class. Go road work you are getting. You can refer whatever the properties you want. Or suppose if you are having a date on any other page. Like if you are having a date on any other page, you need to copy a data from one page to another page. Then you have to select this one. See, you can read here update page, customer ID with values from another page. See, it is asking for another page. You can choose any other page like vehicle information or anything, whatever the page that is actually required. And you can map the value from that particular page. See, you are getting a vehicle details here. See, because it is taking the context of this vehicle information now. Then we will go to the next one. Let me delete a few of the things. The few set I will delete. Let's keep that. Next one, what we have is like applied data transform. Applied data transform is nothing but like to call one data transform from another data transform. Most of the times we will try to reuse our code. Reuse in the sense we will create one generic component and from that we will try to reuse. And also to call any out-of-the-box data transforms. We will be having few data transforms which are given by PEGA itself. If you want to call those data transforms from your data transform. This is the data transform which was created by us, right? If you want to call any data transform from this particular data transform, you will use a method called apply data transform. Here, if you saw, it will show you all the data transform names here. It will show you all the data transform names here. You can choose whatever the data transform you are using. If suppose I have selected this one, and if you click on, this is called crosshair icon. This icon is there, right? This is called crosshair. Let me write it down. These, I will write it here. Crosshair. That is called crosshair icon. If you click on this particular icon, it will open this rule. Whatever the rule we are referring here, that rule, it will open. If you click on this icon, this is called expression builder or the settings icon. This is called expression builder or settings icon. Now, if you click on this crosshair icon, it will open this particular rule. How it will behave is like whenever this rule is getting executed. It will execute in a manner such that it will execute from 1, 2, 3, 4. And when it comes to 5th step, it will execute this particular rule. It will execute these 3 steps and the control will come back to the 6th step. Again, it will continue executing the 6th system. What we are trying to do is apply data transform is to call one data transform to another data transform. This is an interview question. How to call a data transform from a data transform? This is another data transform. See what it will do. Apply data transform is like to call one data transform. Like calling this is to invoke. To invoke one data transform from another data transform. Here what it will happen. See, it will come to 5th step. On the 5th step, it will execute this particular data transform. Means it will come here and it will execute 1, 2, 1, 3. On 3 again you have applied data transform. Again it will call this particular data transform. Again it will open this, if you saw. Again it will set this a false on this particular page. Target page is there. This target page, on the target page, it will set this property to false. And the control will come to this data transform. And from this data transform to this particular data transform. And it will execute the 6th system. I was just using this data transform for your understanding only. This is just a PEGA given data transform. This is used for PEGA internal processing. Some default settings they are doing. This is always the same because this you can see everything is locked here. You cannot modify this thing. This is a PEGA rule set. If you see PEGA social, is there right? This is some PEGA rules. You cannot modify this rule. Any data transform you can call using an applied data transform method. You understand? PEGA, what will happen? Mostly will create a reusable components. Suppose there is an integration part. Let's consider an integration part. There are few scenarios where they will try to store the attachments in a separate database. Like generally in PEGA, what will happen if you attach any attachment to your case? That attachment will get stored in PEGA database. Here you have attachments, right? If you actually attach any attachments, that will be stored in PEGA database. But few banking systems and all what they will try to do, all attachments. They will store in a particular system only, not only PEGA applications. Attachments in a banking, there will be multiple applications, right? All the documents they will manage only in a single system. In such scenarios, what they will tell you, don't store the attachments in a PEGA system. You try to store those documents in a different system. This is a requirement. Now, this user requirement is a business requirement. Then what you will do? They will give you a service. They will give you one. They will give you one connect REST service or connect SOAP service or REST service. They will give you. We need to consume that service and we have to invoke that service. Like whenever user is attaching any attachment and he clicks on submit. Then we need to invoke that service and we need to store those attachments in some other place. In such scenarios, what will happen? For every service, you will be having request and response. Request and response. In an application, what will happen? User might attach attachments in various places, not only from here, but also in different scenarios. User might have a chance to attach an attachment. Now what he will do? He will map a request in one data transform. Suppose he is mapping a data transform. He is mapping a request in one data transform. And he will use the data transform wherever the user is attaching an attachment. He will not create 2, 3 rules for the same requirement. He will actually reuse, like he will call from applied data transform or from activities, if they will. A functionality in an application might be at various places. A same functionality will be in different places. Similar to attachments, it is like a reusable code. We need to create one reusable component, and from that we will be invoking it from multiple places. Got it right. Apply data transform is to call any data transform from one data transform. Like in which scenario you might ask, like if you have created any reusable components, like PEGA has given many data transforms like predefined code they have given. If you can use that code, you can call directly without creating new rules. Why do you create a new rule if PEGA has given that part for you? You can actually directly use that code, right? What you will do? You will directly invoke that code from here. After apply data transform, you have this sort. This is an interview question again. How? They will ask you. The sort is like how to sort a list of records in PEGA. How to sort a list of records in, not in PEGA. They will ask in data transform. How to sort a list of records. First thing you have to. That thing you have to come in mind is that we have two types of pages, right? Single page and page list. Single page holds a single record of information. Well, page list also. Pages also multiple records. We already saw it like px results of 1, pages of 1. Like that, it will be holding, right? I think that Excel was discarded. If you want to sort anything, you have to have multiple records, right? For a single record, you cannot sort it. Is that understanding correct? Like, if you have only one record of information, you cannot sort that one because you have only one record. If you have multiple records, then you can able to sort it. Right. Let me write it down. Let's think there is an employee info database table. This is if you are having employee ID, employee name and employee salary. You have 3 columns in a table. Employee salary. Now employee ID is something Evan 23. Unique IDs you have. Now employee name is PIMC. Employee salary 3K 10K. Now there is a requirement. Like let's think. Like you need to sort based on employee salary. Like who has the highest salary must come first. Now if you have only one record, you cannot sort this record. The single records you cannot sort. If you have multiple records if you have a table of records, like if it's a multiple records, then you can sort this table on employee salary. It may be an ascending or descending. It's again based on the requirement. It may be a descending or descending. You can sort it. First thing you have to understand is like only a page list. Page list properties can be sorted because page list is having a capability to hold. You can only sort a list of records. You cannot sort a single record. Now, if you keep a sort method, let's see what it is expecting. If you keep apply data transform, it is expecting a data transform, right? If you keep some set method, it is expecting some value. Similarly, if you keep a sort method, let's see what it was expecting. See, it is expecting a page list because you can only sort a list of records. Now, if you have given a page list here, suppose similarly I have a page list for employee info. Let's see. I have page list for employee info. If I have given the employee info page list here. Now we need to specify the system based on which property I need to sort right. Based on employee name, employee salary, or on which property we have to sort. That one we have to be clear, right? As a developer, we'll be getting that right. Well, when you're developing an application, here the requirement is to sort on employee salary, right? To sort on employee salary, you have to click on this settings icon. This gear icon is there. If you click on this gear icon, it is asking sort page list by properties. Which properties we need to sort? Click on +1. You give a property error dot employee salary. Employee salary property is not there. It is not coming here. Employee salary we are sorting and we on which order we are sorting it. Ascending or descending. You just need to configure here. Nothing coding, nothing. Actually, you can do like generally in Java and all how we will do. We will actually loop on one particular list and will be comparing the results and then we'll be sorting right. Those are all are not required. You just need to configure this sort method in a correct manner that it will sort you. You suppose I have given ascending order might be this employee salary might be duplicated, right? Like 2 employees might have the same salary, right? In an organization, correct? you can sort based on another property also. If suppose this is duplicated, you can give a plus icon again. And based on any other properties, also you can sort like .employee experience. Let's think. You can sort based on employee experience also. You can write very complex sorting condition here based on it. First, it will check on employee salary. If it is duplicated, it again sorts on employee experience. If it is duplicate, only it will come down. If suppose two employees are having same salary, like this employee is having 10K. Now if it is sorting how it will sort, you will get it. You will get 10K in the top, but whose employee it will take. We are actually not aware, right? Because this is duplicated. It will be sorted on employee experience. Suppose you have another column called employee experience. It will sort based on employee experience. Like if suppose this is having high, he is having some 10 years experience. He is having 9 years experience based on the condition we have mentioned here. If it is ascending or descending again, it will take that action. If here it is duplicated only, it will check for the next, the next row, this row. Sorting is very simple. See, basically, when people are not aware of the sort function, they will tell that we need to loop on the page list. Like similarly to similar kind of Java code, they will tell. But that is all not required. PEGA has given you a sort function directly. You need to specify the inputs to that function, like on what page list you need to loop. Like on what page list you need to sort, and on what properties you need to sort, and how you have to sort ascending or descending. Those things you have to specify. That's it. Let me go to the next function. Next, things are very simple. Those are very generic comment. We have already discussed it. Whenever we have given comment, it will ask for some text box. You can write whatever the comments you want. Like the above code is for AND functionality or the below code is for the AND functionality. You can write whatever the comments you want. You can write it down here. Comment is just for a developer understanding. Because if you have developed any code and if you will be leaving the company or organization, then the person who is coming next to you, he has to understand it. What kind of code or why you have written this particular step. Just for as a kind of best practice. This is not a mandatory. If you want to write, you can write a comment. Comment is fine. Let's go to the next one. Next one is when. When is like an if condition in Java. Like when is like a conditioning. Before you are doing any action, you will write a condition. You will write a condition here. Actually, if you observe, we are setting full name with Mr. We are setting full name with Mr. Might be, there will be a customers who are with the females, right? Not only a male, but there might be a female. We need to change this, or for female. There we need to do some other kind of functionality. Then based on a property, like based on a gender, we need to do some kind of action. Like if suppose based on some conditions, we need to take any action. Then you will specify the condition here. Suppose, let's think there is a gender property here. There is no gender actually, but if let's think there's a gender property, then how you will write a condition on customer ID page. You need to check because the gender property will be a customer ID dot. Gender is equal to some kind of value. How you are showing MOF or male or female like that. You need to give the same thing. Gender equal to male. Then you set customer dot full name is equal to some Mr. and now If it is male, you do this thing or else. Not date point. I need. Do I need this? If it is made, you do like this or else you can use otherwise. When and otherwise. Otherwise. You do some other action. See, it is opening 9.1 here. If it is true, it will go to 8.1, 8.8.3 like that. Otherwise, if suppose this condition is false, it will go to the otherwise condition and it will do some other action. What we are doing? You understand these conditions. When and otherwise when is also the similar thing. If you do otherwise, when it will ask again another one too. These are all second else. Can if and if else, like if and else, if conditions. The conditioning check mostly you lose is when conditions, because everything we need to decide, everything we need to take a decision based on many complex conditions. We will write our code. You can also write the expressions here, like you can use and, or you can use or. When you are, or else sometimes there might be conditions based on calendars. Like if suppose a date is greater than 10 days, you cannot do this functionality or something like that. Then you have the calendar functions here. If you click on this gear icon, we'll discuss these things. If you click on browse, you can search the functions here. If search on date, you'll be having many date functions here. You can compare the dates. You can take a date time difference. You can get a current date time. If you click on this one, if you click on the plus icon, it will add this function to this side. It will add this function. Let me remove this one. Current date time. If you click on test, it's getting. What are the current date time you will get in this format? It will take a system. What are the time the system is having? That time it will take. The current date time, date and time, it's date time. You'll get both date and after t it is time. You have many functions here. We can discuss few functions after some sessions, but we cannot cover all the functions. Like if you want to know like how to use any function, you can just hover on the function. It will show you the example like this, how you should use and what kind of output it will give. Some functions will give you Boolean outputs like true or false. If this compared dates is there, this compared date, where is that? Here you have compared dates. This will give Boolean functions. Like if suppose first date is true, like first date is greater than second date, then it will return true. You can see in the usage rate here, compare two date time strings conditionally by date. Only ignoring the time section returns true if string date1 is greater than string date. This is a very good feature. Like not only a dates, and you have calendar functionalities also. Sometimes you can only get business dates. Business dates in the sense only, it will not consider, and holidays like Saturday and Sunday. It will not consider and it will calculate a function. It will calculate a date difference. You have many functions here. If I have only such a bit date, you have got 14 and results. Similarly, you have many functions like to sort a page list. You have a function to find a duplicate value in a page list. Suppose there is a duplicate value in the pages. This is duplicated right on employee salary. It will return the index. The numbers it will return 5 and 16. Some kind of duplication functions are there. There are many functions based on your requirement. You can choose your own function, but if you don't know, if you don't know, you can search in a PEGA community also, or else you can come here. You remove all the filters. Go back from the search. You can expand the functions. These are math functions. You will be having built-in functions advanced, and again in each category, you have many functions. Notification functions. There are many functions in sort also. You have many functions. Compare strings unicorn. But we need to based on our requirement again. We can go ahead and search in functions, or else we can implement our own functionalities to calculate date, times and all. Generally, we will use the functions only. We need to be handy with some basic functions. I'll tell you in the coming sessions, those functions at least we have to be understand what they will do. There are some math functions also. If you need to add or delete or anything, you need not write it on your own. You can use these functions. You will continue. These are these things. You understand it when, and actually one more thing to add it here. Instead of adding your conditions here, if you have many conditions, if you have 4 conditions to check, you need to check a gender, you need to check some kind of country or state, or there are some multiple conditions to check, then you can actually write like this, and then you give some condition. Here again, you write some and like this, you can also give. Or else you can also create a when rule. You can create a separate rule. This is VR. We are discussing a data transform rule, right? Similarly, you can create a bend rule. Let me open any existing rule. This is a bend rule. Now, if you click on the advance, they have written. See, they have used some function. Oh, they have used some function to check. See what they are doing. They are checking starts with function. Starts with they have given. Negation means it should not start with resolved. This is a status like our case status will be there. Write status is new. See, our case status is new. They are taking a cases which were not resolved. Which were not resolved means the cases which were open. This when rule. What it will do? If suppose previous status work is new, write for our case the status is new, right? This function will return true. For our case, this function will return true. You understand that how they are writing. This is a function they are used, starts with, you can create your own. When conditions also C, you can add a condition here. You can add your n, number of what, how many conditions you want. You can add simply. Simply you can compare two properties like this, or else you can use expression builder like this. If you click on this arrow one, you will get expression evaluates to true. Then it will change to the similar to a, and you can write your logic you can specify the label here a BOF1, whatever the label you want. You can specify here F1 and you can write it down. The condition here you can write very complex conditions like this A and B or F1. Like this you can specify, you can write very complex conditions here when rules. If it is a simple conditions, now you can write it directly over here itself. You can directly write it here. If it is a one line condition or some 2-3 lines condition, you can write it down here. If it is some complex conditions like uns and hours are there, like there are many conditions, then you can specify in the vent rule, and you can call the vent rule here itself directly. Similarly, how I am added here. If you click on down arrow, you will get this all the when rules from here. You can call when, otherwise, when, and otherwise. Both are similar kind of conditioning. Before executing any step, it will check the conditions. To append it to. I am deleting this 9th condition. Otherwise, when it will ask that we are deleting the child row 9.1, is there right that one also will get deleted? It is saying warning this will delete us as one child row. Let me add one. Now if you observe, till now we are only discussing our methods for a single page and a single property. Write set is to set a value for a single property. Update page is for a single page. And the uploaded runs on. These are all for a single page. Now the append and map to is to manipulate data on list like list pages, like page list and value list, those kind of list. We'll only discuss page list as of now. Append and map to are actually to manipulate data on page list. Pages like a list of pages like which holds a list of records. If I select this up and you see it is expecting a page list, it is expecting a page list. Appended to, what is appended to? We are appending a record like if suppose you have 3 records here, you have 3 records here. If you want to append any record, then you will use appended to append. It will add one more record to the existing list of records. How it will append? We need to give a page list here, like on what page list we need to append, and we need to select here from where we are opening, whether we are appending from existing page or we are appending from. These two are important. Second one and last one, an existing page. Are we appending from any existing page or each page in? Observe carefully here. Guys, like an existing page. What is an existing page? See, if suppose you have another page like employee, new employees, new employee. Now the new employee is also having employee ed. You're also having employee name. He has employee salary and he has employee experience. But new employee table is only having one record like employee ed something. Employee name, employee salary is some 12K or employee experience some 3 years. Let's think now, this is a single record. Right? It is present on a single page. You just assume like that, like this is a single record. This is present a single page similar to a customer ID and our vehicle information are there. Right? These are all single pages. It has only one record because similarly there is one more page called new employee info. On new employee info, it has all these properties with all these things, employee ed, employee salary and employee experience. All these things. You have it here. Now, this one record can be appended to this table, right? This one record can be appended to a list of records, right? See list of records. We cannot append to a single page, but a one page can be appended to single record. This thing you have to be clear. Like what I'm trying to say is from a single page. You have to be under the right. You have to make Apple record this thing. I think you are doing this. Here, you know we use the reference label that we have the details right now. I type in your L. You don't have to do it. What you want? You want you to do it. Look for free. Morris, communist by the list of records to a single page, right? Here, What we are doing is like you are appending a page list with a single page and existing page. Here it will ask for a page name. See, here it is a page list, here it is a page because this side, the right side is a source, right side is a source from source. You are appending it to target. You are appending a one record to multiple to a list of records. Suppose you are having 100 records. You are appending one more record called 100. Single page to single page. What will happen? You need to use append update page, but it will override the data like if you are having a same in same properties. Then it will override or else it will copy p. It is called copy page. You are copying one patient another place. That is also possible. What we have discussed it till now is single page to single page. Single page to single page. You will use update page. From single page to page list. You will use append to append it to. You have to use and you have to again keep this option here, an existing page. Then it will ask for page and page list. Now let's go to next one. An existing page is the next. Is each page in if you use each page in. What it will do? See, it is asking you begin page list or page group, and here also it is asked for page list, page list. Now what it will do? Suppose let's assume you have two pages. You have two pages. Now what it will actually do is like it will append two pages like in the first page list. Let's assume you have 100 records in second pages. You are having 20 records. Now it will append from left this source page list to target PC. Let's think this is having 20 records. This side pages, this page list is having some 100 records. Now it will append this 20 records to this 100 records and it will form 120 records. Page list for a page list. Now for pages you will not be having any key. Pages actually doesn't have any key. If you want to remove duplicate values, if you want to remove any duplicate values, then you have a different functions. Actually, if you go to the expression builder after appending you have to remove duplicate values. It will not directly remove duplicate values. Let me show you the function also. What function? I think to-dup page list or something. One function will be there. You can use that function and you can actually remove the 2pc check duplicates in the page list. It will check for the duplicates in a page list. It will remove duplicity p very more duplicates from page list. There are functions. You can use the function and you can remove the duplicates based on a property center, based on inputs. See, it is asking for a parameters right to page list name. It is asking duplicate check properties. On what property you need to check for a duplicates, whether it's an employee salary or employee name. Employee aid, if you think an employee aid is a key, then you can check on employee aid and you can remove. If it is appended to, then it will only club. It will not check for duplicates. It will not sort anything. It will not do. It will just add. It will add in the bottom. Like if you have 100 records, it will append it to the next set of records. Next 20 report. See, append to doesn't need an expression builder, right? Suppose here you have new employees. See here, what you will do is like append it to, you will write and you will map to employee info. New employees, you will append it to employee, the existing employees. And you will add one more step. You will give some dummy value. Here on the left side, you will give some dummy param dot some test or something you will give, and you will give this employee info. Instead of giving the employee info directly, you will click on this gear icon and from here you will add it to the function. You will add a function here and you will click on submit. Now here, what will happen? It will actually, first of all, it will remove the duplicates here. First of all, it will remove the duplicates on the right side and it will store. It is like if you give some dummy value like parameters and all you can add it like instead of creating a new properties, parameters are like temporary variables. It will not set anything here just for our functionality to sort it down. We will use like this parameters. It will not set anything if you append it to with a page list. If you're doing set with a page list on the right side, it will not set anything. Parameters is a C parameters. You can pass parameters. Parameters a different concept. We'll discuss parameters later on. But if you want to check a duplicate or if you want to sort, you can directly sort method here. You can directly sort method here. If you want to remove duplicates or any kind of other functionalities you need to do, you can write it like this and you can click on gear right now and you can actually do it. Got it right up into what is append. And to append to is like to append to two page lists or you can append from a single page. You can append to a page list. Anything is fine. Next thing is append and map to. Now again, you note it down. Where is the interview questions which I am telling? Interview question. First interview which you know what I have told you. This one apply data transform, how to call a data from data transform. And next one is sort method, how to sort a page. This is an interview question. You need to tell them. We need to specify a page list here. Only a page list, not a page group. And all sort function only expects a page list. Again, that is one more question they will ask you like, can you sort a page group? There are other properties, also page group and all you cannot sort them. Only a page list you can sort. How to sort this page list? They will ask. And next one is, what is the difference between append to and append and map? What is the difference between append to and append and map? To append to, you have understood right. Append to is just like a simple append a list of records to existing list. Next one, let me add append to. Let's see what parameters it is. See, it is adding a child list up here. It is adding a child step here. Now what does that mean is like see append to. Let's think there are two lists of records. Two lists of records. First record is this one, employee 8, employee name, employee Selena Pro experience. And second one is like you are having employee, employee number or employee instead of employee name. It is having some emp name. It is having full form employee name. There is some differences in the properties, but the data is same. The data, what it is holding is same employee name and emp name. Both holds and name of an employee only. But the properties are different. This page list is having some different properties. This page is having some different properties. Then what you have to do? You have to use append and map to instead of new page. You can keep each page in. It will ask for another page is similar to append to and you need to map it manually. Like how you have to map it. Dot employee name is equal to this playlist is having like dot employee name, like this you need to map. Then what will happen? This report is there, right? This particular record, this employee name will get stored here like this. If suppose the properties are same properties in the sense these all the properties are same on two page lists, then you can use append to if the properties are different. If the properties are different, then you need to map it manually. Listen. You need to map it one by one like this. Like if this is having dot employee 8, you need to map it with dot emp. What we are this going to employ? Number right anyway, like this you need to map it. Then for this particular record, it will store this EE. It has already stored it. This one also, it will get mapped. Like this, you understand it. It will form a record one by one. In case of append to, it will copy the whole thing into this particular page list. See in a technical way how to say this one in a technical way. Here we are saying the properties are different, and alright, in a technical way we can understand it. Append to we can use. If both the page lists are having same peaks object class, you are having a px object class for each and every page. Let's see this customer. It is having this page. This class data hyphen. Customer vehicle information is having some other class data hyphen vehicle information. Similarly, if two pages are having same px object class, that means two pages are having same properties. If suppose these two pages are having same px object class, that means in the background two pages will be having same properties like employee id like that. Technically, how you have to say an interface like if two pages are having same px object class, then you can use append that appended to. If two pages are having different px object class, then you can use append and mapping. What I'm trying to say is like if you saw here in a clipboard, let's understand this thing. What is PEG's obj? If you have customer id page with this particular class data customer, let's take this vehicle information or the properties are not this. But let me close and open it. I think it has become there. Come down, there's a pwave on the page. PV customer id page. Oh, what happened? There are no properties. Let me open any other case. This one. What I'm trying to say is like if suppose two pages or page lists anything, two page or page lists, if they are having same px object class, then it will hold same properties because what we have discussed with class is nothing but a database table, right? If two pages are having same database table, it will hold same information, right? But the page names might be different. You got my point, what I'm trying to say. Technically, you can say if ended to you can use if two pages are having same px object class. Append and map to you can use if two pages are having different px object class. But in the background you have to understand. If suppose let's think two pages are having two pages are having same db table map to it. In the background there are two pages. Let's think there are two pages called employee info and employee data. There are two pages. These two pages are actually mapped to same DB table. Same DB table in the same class. What does that mean? That actually means these two are mapped to one table only, but the page names are different. These two are mapped to one particular table only in the background, but the page names are different. Because they are mapped to same table, they are having same columns, right? Same columns in this and same properties. You can map them easily in this and you can directly copy. If suppose there are two pages having two different px, obj classes means there are two different tables mapped to. It means there is one table, the top one, and actually another page list having this particular table mapped to it. Then the properties might be different or might not be different. That is again a second. If it is different, then you have to go for append and map to, and you have to map it manually. Basic idea. You have understood it. Both are both. Both functions are to, both methods are to actually append the list of records. Next one will complete data transforms today. What else we have? These are all very easy, like see if you are copying one record to another record. You will use these things if you are actually updating a one-page list only if you don't have two-page list. Suppose you have this list of records. You need to add something like there is some bonus has given some 2k bonus. You need to add the salary to 2k plus 2k. You actually doesn't require any other pages, a particular one-page list only. You need to modify right. Second basis is not required in this case. Well, look, in a single page dish itself, you need to add to the employee salary plus 2k. You need to add in such case what you will do. You will use for each page in. For each page in is like a loop. It is actually like a for loop in Java. For each page in, you will give your page list here. You will check this one also uses each page context. You will give one page list here and you will actually give dot. Employee salary is equal to. You can use math function also, or else you can directly use employee salary plus 2k, and this is 2. Got? This thing for each page. In is like to iterate on that particular page, and if you need to modify anything, you can use this one. Or if you need to delete the last record. If you want to delete a last record or any record, then you can use this functionality and to delete. There is another concept to delete from a page list. That is not that simple. You need to set some flag and all that one will not discuss now. But for each page in is like to loop on a particular page list. You can do any functionality like you can append something or you can delete or you can actually change. Like employee name. You need to add employee name as something. Or the employee designations you need to change if you want to do data manipulation on only one page list. Then you can actually append for each page. If you are adding me to a female, me to male and a Mrs. to some female, then you can check the condition here instead of set again. You'll have all the functions, all the methods. You'll be having. You can use when here inside for each page in it will go to this loop. It will go to the first record. This record, it will suppose there is a column for gender. Also gender, it will check. We'll write a condition like dot gender is equal to something. Then you do this condition, otherwise you do another one. You will add one more step below. You will add one more step here and you cannot here. You need to add one more step 1.32. I'm sorry, the 10.3.2, this parallel. This is inside this one. If it is when it will go inside this condition. If it is false, like false in the sense. If it is false, you can do again. Whatever you want, you can do. You can exit the data transform or else you can exit the loop. This is there. Exit for each page, exit for each. In essence, it will exit this loop. It will go to a second report. If it is females, then we can do our custom coding like you can. Gender is equal to male. Then you set something in quotations here. If gender is equal to male, you set something. If not, you suppose this condition got failed. You can exit this one if it is an. Otherwise, it's like an generic condition. It will not ask for any event rule here. Otherwise, when and when are same. Instead of using when and otherwise when, you can also use two when conditions. Both are same. It will expect a when rule only, but otherwise when is like, it will not expect anything by default. It will make it as a true set. Remove, update, paste, sort, comment up into append and map to for each page. Exit for each is like it will exit that particular loop and it will go for next. Exit. Data transform is like it will exit that particular data transfer. If .employee's salary is less than 5 key, you write your row less than 5. You can mention your own one actions here and again. You can mention another condition here. If again, when you have given it, if .employees are these greater than 5 key or greater than 5k and again and less than something you can write. It is the data transform is like. It will end the data transform. When is like to check the conditioning, both are different, right? It will check the condition and if it is true, it will perform some action. This is fine. Right? These data transform, things are fine. Let's set delete these functions methods. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.